What's going on, guys? It's Devin Moon back with another video with Already Dead. If you guys don't know what Already Dead is, it's the music that I make. It's pop punk and hip hop oriented. If you have a second, check it out. Let me know what you think. Almost all this equipment is what I use, and I've been doing it for a while, and I've got some helpful tips for you guys to get you into it, so that way you don't have to make mistakes and spend a ton of money on stuff, and you could have just got, you know, stuff that works for you and is a lot less costly. So I was always looking to spend my money and upgrading my studio, and I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know where to start. And there's a lot of stores like around here that are music stores, and people don't know what they're talking about. So the very first thing, though, that I would say is the most important before you do anything with rack equipment, just make sure you have a solid microphone. I've got a really good video about the best microphone to get, and that is on my channel right now, and that is crucial that you pick up a good microphone. I've got a very good recommendation on my channel. So once you have a good microphone, a very good preamp is needed. If you don't have a preamp yet, do not get any rack gear. Just get a preamp first, and preamps, I guess, are considered rack gear. So that would be the first thing I would recommend, getting a good preamp. If you don't have a good preamp yet, Warm Audio is the best money efficient way to get a good preamp. They make an awesome one called the Tone Beast. It's amazing, and I personally use the Warm Audio MK2, which is also a really good preamp. Those things are incredible, and I've had nothing but good luck with that one. And those are not very much money. I mean, you can find them out there for a couple $100, and I'll leave some links in the description for you for my microphone that I use. I'll leave a link in the description for the preamp that I use. And then the next thing that you need is a good interface. You don't need an incredible interface. You don't need to spend $1,200 on an interface, or even $800. I spent $400 on this Neve one, and like I said, you really do not need to spend a lot of money on you really don't need to spend a ton of money on anything. So if you're spending over $1,000 on one thing, you're probably making a mistake, because I've never done that. And I have done it, but I've returned it because I've realized, wow, what I have is actually better. So getting a good interface, I would say getting something that's in like the $200 to $400 range is generally gonna be good if you're making like hip hop music. If you need more outputs, and if you need more inputs and outputs, it's gonna cost you a little bit more money. But if you just need one or two inputs for like vocals and like a guitar, don't spend tons of money on that. Don't get anything that you don't absolutely like need. If you need 20 outputs or 40 outputs, okay, go with that. But for this, it's more, I'm gonna be focusing more on like smaller projects. I know Scarlett makes a really good 18 in, 20 out. That's a good way to go, and they're affordable. I think they're $500. But even still, that's a huge interface that you don't have to spend $1,000 on. You think, wow, if I spend $500 on an interface, it's gonna be such a big upgrade, but not always. The Steinberg one has Rupert Neve transformers, the ones that I have, and it was only a couple $100. After you have a good mic, a good interface, and a good preamp, the next step is to get good rack gear. The difference between getting good rack gear and getting plugins is going to be that the rack gear, in my very opinion, sounds about 30% more upfront, warmer sounds, and that's just my very opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own, but people who can hear this stuff know that rack gear, when it runs through tubes and it runs through transformers, the audio just sounds better, as long as it's like a decent rack gear equipment. The first one that I would recommend is upgrading, getting a Warm Audio Pultec EQ. This is a Pultec style EQ. This one they only cost about $500. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. They're only about $500, and that's a $5,000 Pultec version. I mean, these things are incredible. They sound awesome, and you can really adjust. You can go in and adjust certain frequencies, and it just sounds good. And I would highly recommend starting with that. over time, build up your studio like I did. It took me a little while to buy all this stuff, be able to afford it, but a lot more affordable than going with the real stuff. In Warm Audio, it's about 1/8 of the price, and they are known to be some of the best stuff. So going with Warm Audio, I'll link some of this stuff in the description. Go with Warm Audio. I know Warm Audio is good because I personally have it, so just go with something that's going to be good. The 1176, the 2A, these are great. These are classic compressors. They're in every big studio, and they warm the sound. They just make it come to life. It's about a 30% difference from like actual plugins. This is just a general video about rack gear. Pick some up, try them out, and over time, you will get a much better sound with your recordings. And there's nothing more important than having good quality recordings. So many people out there have just terrible recordings, and I can go and listen to good quality music, so why wouldn't I do that? Make sure you guys are investing a little bit into yourself, because if you don't do that, you're going to be behind all the people who are investing into themselves. You're just not going to really go anywhere. So highly recommend just investing into yourself for rack equipment into your music. So this YouTube channel I've just started out. I will be making more videos, and I have some videos. Definitely just check it out, and let me know if there's anything that I can help you out with in the comments. And make sure to subscribe if you guys want to hear more about making your studio sound better, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did and spend a lot of money like I did. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope this video helped you out.